Hello y'all, hope you're all doing well. This is RJ here in Marion, Virginia. Nice little community in Dixie, surrounded by the Appalachian Blue Ridge Mountains. What I'm going to do is I'm going to walk down Main Street in a little bit. I'm first going to walk around the courthouse. Love to see these historical sites, especially these important war memorials right here, like this one in front of me. I'm standing on the Smyth County Courthouse grounds. The building in the background was dedicated back in 1905. It's my understanding that this Confederate memorial dates back to 1903. I've been here many times before. I like to pay my respects whenever I come through. I especially was coming through here because I wanted to go to the battle reenactment of Saltville, which is this weekend. In fact, they're setting up right now. They haven't had a reenactment for a couple years, and so I think it is time that they have one, and I am really glad they're having a reenactment. First, I want to share this with you, this beautiful war memorial. This county, these people should be very proud of it. Dedicated to our Confederate dead. You see Sic Semper Tyrannis right there, which is basically, you see that same seal there on the Virginia state flag. And some more Latin right here. Glorious, besides our grief, lest we forget. And sharing this as well. Love to see the engraving of the battle flag right here. This battle flag is as American of a flag as you can find. Designed by Americans here in America, actually in Virginia, for Americans defending their homes in America. Beautiful memorial. And you see on this side right here, to the defenders of state sovereignty. It's absolutely true. Often you'll see on Confederate memorials, war memorials, inscriptions like this: defenders of state sovereignty, defenders of the principles of the Constitution, defenders of the principles of the Declaration of Independence, defenders of the principles of our founding fathers. And then you see the bottom here, faithful unto death. Beautiful memorial. It's a little after 5 o'clock right now, September 2025. Walking around what I'm going to do is walk around the courthouse grounds a little bit more and then go down here, down to Main Street. Just kind of walk along Main Street there. Always love to see all the memorials. Always love to see these flags here, the historically accurate, respectful flags. This memorial right here, the flags represents those who answered the call, who did their duty to serve and protect and defend their homes, their families, and their homeland in America's largest, deadliest war, doing what their forefathers had done during the American Revolution. Many are buried in unmarked graves at unknown locations, and in many ways you can consider this as the equivalent of their headstone. I'm just going to walk along the courthouse grounds and the main strip. Always love to see, every county does things differently. You can see right here the salt kettle. The salt kettle, once used industrially in nearby Saltville, brine from wells was evaporated to solid salt in these kettles over wood fires. From 1790 to 1895, such salt was shipped throughout the South, East, and was the cause of important battles during the war between the states. It's dedicated back in 1959. They got it right, during the war between the states. I also often call it the war for Southern independence, the war of Northern aggression, sometimes Lincoln's war on Americans. But if you go to Saltville, that's where I'll be going here tonight actually, you will see a whole display there for salt kettles. That's actually very important why the battles took place right here. In fact, there was a battle that took place right here in Marion. It was the Battle of Marion. You can read about that incredible. The Southerners, the defenders, the protectors, this area, they are extremely outnumbered, about 5 to 1. But incredibly, they held off the Union invasion for about 36 hours. Almost 2 straight days against Stoneman's raid. It was actually the Confederates were being led by John C. Breckinridge. As you know, he was the Vice President of the United States right before the war. Isn't it amazing that the Vice President of the United States was fighting as a general in the Confederacy on the front lines shortly afterwards? Incredible. And they were fighting against Stoneman. You might have heard Stoneman's raid. They came through this area. In fact, they came through here in December of 1864. And then after they came here, they went straight to Saltville to destroy that salt capability. I'm going to read this here soon. This is Marion. This place has changed quite a bit. There's a lot of landscaping. I've been here many times over the years, and there's quite a landscaping has certainly changed. But this is Marion, the community center. Here was known as Royal Oak, home of Arthur Campbell, frontiersman. The place became the county seat when Smyth County was formed and was named for Francis Marion, Revolutionary War hero. It was incorporated in 1832. The courthouse was built in 1834. The railroad came in 1856. A cavalry action was fought here December 1864 in Stoneman's raid. So you can see right here, talks about Stoneman's raid coming through in 1864. And once again, this was incorporated in 1832. The first courthouse was built in 1834. Of course, that was torn down, and this is the second courthouse. This courthouse dating back to 1905. And the Confederate Memorial actually dates just a little bit before this. So as I understand, I believe the Confederate Memorial dates back to 1902 or 1903. So the Confederate Memorial actually predates this second building. Now right here, dedicated to the eternal memory of the American Revolutionary War soldiers and patriots from the area, which in 1832 became Smyth County, Virginia, who sacrificed their lives and fortunes that we might have our freedom and independence. You can see up here, this is the Smyth County Courthouse. This is Smyth County. In fact, Saltville is part of that. So I'll be going to the reenactments as tomorrow. They're forming up and camping tonight, and there will be a reenactment tomorrow and the next day. There was 2 battles actually in Saltville, which in this county. Kind of go more westward. And the first one was a Confederate victory, even though the Southerners, home team, the Confederates were, even though they were outnumbered incredibly during the first one, I think at least 3 to 1 or so, they pulled off a spectacular victory. And then later, Stoneman came through this area. They had a battle here. The Confederates, even though they're outnumbered about 5 to 1, I think Stoneman only used about a little over 3,000 of his men. Confederates only had about 1,000 men for that battle. Despite that, the Confederates were able to hold them off for over a day and a half until they had to finally pull back at nighttime to fight another day. You can see right here, dedicated to the people of Smyth County, in reverent and enduring memory of her loyal sons who made the supreme sacrifice, and also those who served in their country in World War I, World War II, the Korea conflict, Vietnam conflict. They counted not their lives dear unto themselves. You see right here the Gold Star Honor Roll. I think I now realize why this is so different than when I came here before, because they had cut down this tree. I remember this is much more shaded. I don't know how long ago this was, but there was much more, a lot more foliage and trees through here. So you see the Gold Star Honor Roll, World War II, World War I, World War II. Now this is kind of interesting as well. You can see this right here. See what this is? Here is a POW MIA. You are not forgotten. They have this interesting kind of setup right here. It says, you are not forgotten. Since World War I, more than 92,000 American soldiers are unaccounted for. This unoccupied seat is dedicated to the memory of these brave men and women to the sacrifices each made in serving this country. God bless you. God bless America. Keep it in mind, that's why Confederate memorials are especially so important, because by far the highest rate of those buried in unmarked graves, unknown locations, are those who served in the Confederacy. So for example, I was just in Blandford Cemetery there in Petersburg. There's a large grave of 30,000 Confederate soldiers there, and 90%, nearly 90% are unknown. Nearly all of them are unmarked graves. That's why these Confederate memorials are so important. After all, it represents those who answered the call. They did their duty. They served right here where battles were raging right here in America. This is not some foreign war like World War I or World War II or Korea or Vietnam. This is the battles that took place right here. It affected all men, women, and children of all religions and all races. So beautiful memorial right there, as you see. I've been here before, and I have taken drone videos of this before. Really appreciate the people who appreciate their veterans and preserve these memorials and monuments like this. Take a stand against the Mayo Marxist, cancel culture, woke crowds that want to remove all these important aspects of history. All right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make a transition, and I'm going to start walking down Main Street. I might as well. And what I'll do is maybe just walk down one side, come back on the other. So I'm just going to walk down downtown Marion. Once again, this town founded back in the 1830s. There's a perspective of the Confederate Memorial from this and the courthouse. Once again, the courthouse, this particular one, the second courthouse that was here, that dates back to 1805. The monument predates that. Just walking through. I love walking through these little towns in Dixie. It's peaceful and quiet up here. See the Swamp Fox Restaurant and Bar, Francis Marion Hotel right there. General Francis Marion Hotel. It's a landmark, as you can see right here. You see the Main Street Pond across the road there. Windy Valley Forge, Women's Bouquet. It's the Moondog Brick Oven. It's a nice little developed downtown. This town has about 6,000 folks. In the surrounding area is about 14,000 folks. Once again, it has been the county seat for a number of years. This is Evans Financial Services, really interesting bull right there. See Cornet Jewelers over there. Some little restaurants. Here's the old theater. Looks like it might still be in use. It does look like that. In fact, it looks like they call it Film Freaks. Looks like this is called the Lincoln Theater, I'm guessing, or maybe it says it coming soon. It's hard to tell. All right. I don't like to walk into private places unless I get permission in advance. Lola's at the Lincoln. It looks like it is called that. See over here, Cornet Jewelers. Looks like an open place over there, Davenport. Highlands Realty over this area. Hurricane Alley. Odds and ends scenes. In fact, this is the museum. And I'll tell you what, when I see museum, I've got to go see it. And this is exactly where I wanted to come and see. I checked the hours before and I knew I was going to miss it. But here is the museum. Here's the Smyth County Museum. Looks like the Smyth County Historical Society is having the speaker series. This is actually open Monday through Saturday, 12 to 4 o'clock. And I regret missing that. I'll have to come back here again another time. And I certainly will be. I love coming to this part of the country of Virginia. This is Highlands Realty over there. Breakfast and lunch place over here, Vincil Insurance. You can see, you can't really see through there very well. Actually, one of the nicknames for this town is the coolest town in America, I think it was. Buffalo Grace, that's a community thrift store. And in fact, you can see it here kind of on the banner. The banner right here, Marion, Virginia, stay cool, which is a kind of a trade-off from the words of the coolest town in America. Little restaurant over here, Mikado's. Here's some music going on over there. Looks like this place is closed up for now. Looks a little ghetto right there. I don't think they have really, this is not a big city. There's no big city problems that we're around here. There's a barbershop gallery. It looks like it is a barbershop and a gallery. A bouquet right here. Looks like some clothes. Blue Ridge Comics and Toys. Looks like this is kind of a hallway here, so you get see some of the comics in there. See Marion's Outdoor Gear and Resupply over there. Just a lot of little toys right through here. This is a hair salon. Once again, as you see in Marion. Nice little place to walk up through here. What I'm going to do is walk down here a little bit further, and then I'm going to walk back the other direction. You can see the downtown bouquet over here and community thrift shop. I'm going to walk down a little further. Little side streets right through here. And a tattoo place. Cardinal Tattoos. I can't tell what this is, but it looks like some kind of decoration. It looks like it's a holiday type thing. So you get a lot of Halloween type things here. It looks like it's random odds and ends things. The Army and Navy store. Oh, that'd be interesting to go see as well. Huh. Of course, closed right now. All right, I'm not going to go any further that way. I'm going to cross the street here in just a moment and walk back on the other direction. All right, found my moment to cross the street. All right. This is why it's funner to share a little video. In fact, what I'll do is I'm sharing this live right now, but I will share this the actual video. That's a better quality, more 4K on YouTube, Dixie Forever YouTube. So I'll do that. If you haven't seen it, I share a lot of videos on that. A lot of unedited videos. Once again, that's on Dixie Forever YouTube as well. I actually have two sites, one for short videos. They're like 30 seconds long, and others that are for longer like this. It's Charles Glenn building. Here's the other side from the other perspective. We're going to be walking by a restaurant that has loud music, just as a forewarning. Once again, Marion Outdoors, because we are in Marion, Virginia right now. In fact, we're walking back towards the Smyth County Courthouse and Confederate Monument. Now it's going to get loud here for just a moment. Just as a reminder, Jesus loves you. A restaurant here. This is McAdoo's. So I'll be looking for a place to go eat here sometime soon. Breakfast and lunch place, insurance place right here, breakfast and lunch. Downtown Pioneer. We just walked across that way, right? We were on the other side of the road, walking back towards the Smyth County Courthouse, Confederate Memorial, where we started this off. I figured I'll finish this where we started. There's the museum, Smyth County Museum right there. I will be back. This place is for rent. There's Davenport Wealth Builder. Once again, if you're just joining me, I'm walking downtown Marion, Virginia. There's the Lincoln Center, the theater, that's right there. There's a lot of places I've been to that are named after named Lincoln, but often they're not actually named after Abraham Lincoln himself. They're usually some other Lincoln. Usually there was an American Revolution Lincoln as well. So here is another store. This is Lou Bouquet, we saw on the other side. Once again, this town is about 6,000 folks. And there's about 14,000 folks overall around the area. Once again, surrounded in the beautiful Appalachian Mountains, Blue Ridge Mountains, kind of nestled up here, really not too far off of I-81. So if you're ever going down I-81, and chances are you will sometime, I encourage you to stop in here. Here's that Francis Marion Hotel. Isn't that pretty? Beautiful architecture there. That's one of the most historic locations. Looks like this is a bank over here and coming up to a bank over here. What I'm gonna do is cross right over here. And because there is the Confederate Memorial right over here. Now, of course, it's just walking down part of the street. The street does continue down that way. Looks like this will be changing here soon. We'll cross back over the street, right on the intersection. This is Church Street right here, kind of the main street through here. So coming back up to the Smyth County Courthouse and the Confederate Memorial. Figures might as well finish this where we started. Without taking a loop through here, and it's funner when I can share a video like this. That way I can watch it later. I like to share videos that I like to watch myself later on. And share them with you as well. I tell you what, let's keep this little nice little town in Dixie. If anybody who is any from a Yankee state, someplace else outside somewhere else in the country, please keep Dixie. Don't bring socialist, destructive ideology along with you. Try to keep these nice little towns beautiful and peaceful, a nice community place where people do appreciate their heritage, where they appreciate their culture, where they appreciate their lineage, where they appreciate their history, where they appreciate their monuments and memorials like this. This memorial monument should remain here forever. It really should. As long as several Confederate memorials have said, as long as there's any decency in the world, these will remain. All right, so finishing this up, it's again from right here on the intersection of downtown, Church Street, Main Street, right through here. Right here on the Smyth County Courthouse grounds. Thank you to all those who honor their ancestors, honor American history, and preserve and maintain and defend these beautiful war memorials like this in our history. So take care, y'all. from here in Marion, Virginia, the Smyth County Courthouse grounds and Confederate Memorial. I'm going to be on my way to Saltville, Virginia right now for the reenactment that begins in the morning. So hope you're all doing well. Take care, y'all. May God bless you. May God bless and save America. May God bless and save Dixie.